Can I test your response? What's that?
I'm glad to be here this morning.
Okay. Stephen, did you read my notes? Right towards the end of the sermon, we'll see where that statement comes in. But I was just talking about Stephen. I said I missed him. Were you here last week? And I wasn't here the week before. So I said I missed him. And we were walking outside and we saw the embankment. And Stephen is a grass sculptor. So he normally does that outside. But it's good to see you. It's good to see other Rex Barryball here with us today. He cannot always be here. It's good to see the 3 degrees, 3 sisters back here. And if you are glad to be here, why don't you just turn to the person sitting next to you and just smile.
So I know he's here.
Thank you.
How's that?
Now, nothing happened to your face, did it? When you smile? But I know something happened to your heart when you smile. A smile is one of the most infectious things. It's more infectious than cold. And we are living through the cold and the flu season. Visited with Sister Kay just in this week, and she's suffering from pneumonia. And asked that we remember her in prayer. And I was talking about Henderson Church, and it's good to see Brother Sammy here, Brother Sammy Langi. Next week is going to be Father's Day. But one of your children wrote on a Facebook page that I have a great dad. So I wrote on there, I said, you are so blessed. Your dad is not only great, he's awesome. Awesome. But please remember the fathers next week. And so I was talking about our church just this week. I spoke to Pastor Jean-Noel Adeline, and he is making himself available to do an evangelistic series for Henderson, and it's going to cost us nothing. It's going to cost us nothing. And he's one of the best evangelists that we have, currently resident in New Zealand. So next week I'm going to sit down with him, and we are going to talk about good dates in which we can have this series here at Henderson after I've spoken to the brethren right here. But I spoke to him about the church, and I told him that we have a church here at Henderson with about at least 26 different nationalities. Have you looked around lately? If you are South African and you look around, I'm sure in the next row there'll be someone who's not South African. If you're Samoan, in the row behind you, in front of you, will be someone who's not Samoan. If you're Estonian, all around you there'll be people who are not Estonian. Filipino, Chinese, Vietnamese, Kenyan, Zimbabwean, what else? Tongan, Fijian, Papua New Guinea, Cook Island, Ethiopian. You haven't said the most important one. Kiwi. If you are Kiwi, chances are, if we look around, the row behind you, in front of you, someone who was not born here. but who birthed here, B-E-R-T-H-E-D. Okay, but all of us belong to the Advent movement. Did you know that this was never intended to be a church? It was always intended to be a movement. A movement. And so we move all over the world. And I was boasting, speaking to my friend, thank you so kindly. I always know when to bring Adam's ale to Mr. Long-Winded Preacher. But I was boasting, and just last night I sat in the office over there with Roger and Tale, and a piece of my skin came loose. You know, at my age, 55, skin comes loose. And I just pulled it. And I didn't realize that it was not loose. So I pulled it off. And right in front of them, they saw my blood coming out. And they discovered that my blood was red. That my blood was red. Not blue. Not green. Definitely not green. But it was red. And there's an old song, a new song, an old song, that says it doesn't matter what color you were, as long as your blood was red. As long as your blood was red.
You have the power to make the seasons change. The river flows for you, and the wind whispers your name. For me, you left your throne and traded a crown for thorns. Instead, I'm safe within, not by your skin, but because your blood was red.
Some say you're black, you're white. They question if you're real. We treat you like we treat ourselves. I wonder how you feel to see it true and fine, in spite the tears for us to shed. It doesn't matter what color you are, as long as your blood was red. Strong enough to wash away my sin,
And it was
pure enough to cleanse me deep within,
and it's
real enough to find me when I'm lost. It's as if